Welcome to race 13A, the
25,
DF65 Nationals, held in Western Australia at Austin Lakes in the beautiful suburb of South Yanderra. And we are staying on the river here, absolutely sensational spot, a real hidden gem if you do get a chance to travel over this way. The Murray River in South Yanderra, just south of Perth, great spot. We're going into a start now in the race. Now looking at this, it's a bit of congestion here. 82's managed to get away reasonably well. 36 John Wyatt has gotten away. 52 has been stuck on the mark and not looking too good at this stage. Probably not the race to get stuck on the mark, but looking at it, it's a bit of a drifter. John 36 out in front at the moment. Daniel Bergen out wide, 329. The Windward boat is going to get that breeze first. We've got 750 in close, 14 in close, and 52 just coming into screen now. Trying to sail his way from the back of the fleet, which he does do on a regular basis. However, struggling to get over the start line at this stage, unfortunately. So, looking at the race, this is where you see a bit of bobbing around. We've got no wind, sails flapping, waiting for the breeze to kick in. Now the boats on the far side are likely to get the breeze first and will probably benefit. What do you think on that?
So Andrew, what do you look for in these sorts of situations? Do you look around the bay for some breeze lines? Do you feel the breeze on your face to see if there's any puffs coming? How do you assess the situation to maximise your ability to pick up some breeze?
Well, the main thing is keeping your boat moving in clear air. Mm-hmm. So you can see 514 hasn't had a good start. It's in the middle here, just coming down, but has clear air. So has tacked away, but generally you don't want to tack when there's no wind. You just want to keep the boat moving, keep the sails out as far as you can, and it's usually too late to position yourself by that stage. It's sort of potluck whether you're on the windward side or the lower side. But if it's light, try and stay on the windward side.
Well, certainly if there are telltales all over the course, you can work out where the wind was coming from and the strength and the degrees. But in effect, if you're a boat which is behind, if you look forward, you can see what's happening with the fleet above. Who's getting the breeze, who's not getting the breeze. If someone, for instance, I think 14 is sitting there with no breeze and nothing happening, it's an area to avoid. However, if there is some dark patches coming across the water, try and position your boat in a place where it will take advantage of that wind shift.
Right, and can you see any dark patches at the moment?
There aren't any. It's pretty well polished. It stays like this when it's probably best to go for a swim. Yeah, although we know swimming in this lake's probably okay. It's fresh water. Yeah, it's fresh water, artesian.
So no bull sharks in the lake.
Yeah.
And some beaches too.
Queensland's
good for little kids.
Different.
Yeah, you can't swim in the lakes or canals in Queensland because of bull sharks, and I think the same here too. Swimming in the rivers is full. Bull sharks, of course, can survive in both fresh water.
If we have a look out here, there's two lines appearing. One closest to us is a dark line, and further out there's a dark line. Now you can see that's coming across there, and if you position your boat, as 52 has done, he's moved across there and positioned his boat to take advantage of that breeze. What you'll see here is 52 has actually taken and basically passed about 4 or 5 boats.
It's reaching in,
and we'll take around the buoy.
Not tap, come up
because you can see there's more breeze further out.
She gained some ground there.
Gained around about 6 boats, I think.
6 places easily.
That's right. These guys have picked up that breeze and clear ahead.
And it is 329 doing very well. 750 again up the front. 750 had a great day today. 16 Peter Buchanan currently
excellent
leading.
Sailor.
He's done extremely well.
a lot of these DF65 sailors have a background in sailing and use that experience to their benefit. I was talking to one of the guys who sails one of these boats, and he is a sailing master on a 50-footer racing boat, and he was indicating to me that he uses the knowledge he generates out of the 65 to tune his 50-foot boat which he sails on, which is an interesting sort of concept, tuning tips and measurements off your 65.
It's certainly the best place to learn how to set a sail and bow. These boats are quite finicky.
Yeah, that's right, variable. So it's definitely has the same attributes as a large boat, and you can mirror your sail settings on a big boat on the 65.
Well, that's
and
amazing.
Vice versa.
That's amazing.
Yeah, vice versa.
I think I know myself. I've learned more about sailing from 65 than anything else. The variables on these small rigs are amazing, and the performance just from the slightest changes can be enormous. So in light air we're coming up now. How have you set your rig for these light airs?
52 sets his rig with a 940 backstay, a 40 foot on his main. In the lighter airs he runs a 28 foot on his jib. Boom is set at 38 on the jib boom, and the main boom is roughly 18, with twist on the main twist of around about 40, and his jib twist is around about 50. So relatively tight main leech. It does that to maximise the pressure, particularly on
not
the
a lot of
downwind.
twist. Why the 940 backstay? That puts a lot of mast bend.
940 backstay, well, it's a relatively straight mast, but the reason he has a mast, he wants power. So when he gets a bit of some wind, it creates lift, and having his boat lifting provides the most power and the momentum in the sail. So definitely having, in lighter, we're talking under 5 kilometres an hour, which is these sort of conditions, but having your mast set backwards is good. There is a disadvantage because downwind, having your mast backwards is not all that fast because your centre of effort moves back, and you don't have the forward pull that a forward mast would have.
Don't you get a tighter leech on the mainsail?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. If you have mast bend, then you can ease it off, and that creates a tighter leech, which works downwind. Importantly, on big boats, you can adjust your backstay, and as soon as you go downwind, if you've ever sailed on a racing boat, everyone pulls their forestay forward and releases their backstay. And the reason for that is to move the centre of effort forward, and that creates a better angle for your boat going forward.
Right.
In these, you can't do that, but what you can do is get a balance between downwind performance and upwind performance. Daniel's boat in particular has a mast which is relatively forward, and in the lighter airs performs quite well because of that forward, forward position.
Right, you can see him here coming in for a win. So 329, 750 up there again. So he's been consistently good, 750 today.
Yep.
It looks like he's been up there in a lot of races. And here comes Nick now, 82 coming in.
It's going to be close.
He's coming in third, so 329, 750, 82.
Who's next?
We've got 514 next in fourth.
Well done.
514.
So 514 had a good race. Here comes Peter, 16, in 5th place. He's tacked there, just didn't get his nose above the line. Has stalled it, but he has crossed the line.
Yeah, it's interesting
he's
because
okay.
you know if you get your nose across the line, if you do drift back, it doesn't matter. You finish the race. As soon as your boat clears that line, then you have finished the race. So just remember that. If you can't, you know, if your nose is parked over the finishing line, you can then bear away, and even though the rest of your boat hasn't crossed the line, as soon as you bear away and go away from the line, you have finished the race.
6th place, Cal Burgess. Here comes 52, flying, reaching into the top mark, into the finish line. So, considering the bad start you had, you managed to work your way up to 7th place. Not your best race, but certainly salvageable, I suppose.
We have 32 boats and 3 fleets. Each fleet sails around 13 or 14 boats in a race, and the top 4 progress to the